So what if I were to tell you that Palpatine actually had this huge plan for Darth Vader? He was actually planning to take his body. Palpatine knew that Anakin Skywalker was the chosen one from the very beginning. He could feel his power through the Force, and that's why he coddled up to him and befriended Anakin Skywalker from a very, very young age, acting almost as a father figure for him for years. And then also during the Clone Wars would spread propaganda about Anakin Skywalker, claiming that he was the best general in the galaxy, which technically in a way he was. And that Anakin at such a young age was actually able to conquer and do all these battles. As we all know, is Palpatine pulling the strings amongst these battles the entire time. And during his lonely times and dark times, Palpatine was there for Anakin most of the time, more than a Jedi actually ever were. And it's not like Anakin Skywalker never actually sought out the Jedi first. In fact, he would seek out Master Yoda when it came to wisdom. And he would often seek out people like Mace Windu just to get their perspective on what he was feeling. But they would often always cloud his judgment even further, and they would often actually not even listen to what he had to say, and would often give him very by-the-books answers and not actually seek out what he was looking for specifically. This is something that Palpatine noticed very, very early on, and would often actually visit him while he was training when he was just a Padawan at the Jedi Temple. And now that I'm actually sitting here thinking of it, this is just going to be a small tangent. How did the Jedi not actually notice that Chancellor Palpatine was a little bit weird, that he took such an interest in young Skywalker from a young age? I have to read up on that and actually see if the Jedi had actually disclosed the information to Palpatine that he was the chosen one. But to be honest, for the Jedi, this should have been red flag number one, to be honest. Feel free to explain in the comment section if you guys actually understand why this was going on. I am always willing to learn when it comes to this kind of stuff. More Star Wars lore, more Star Wars news is good news to me. So as I said in the beginning of the video, Palpatine actually planned to use Essence Transfer on Anakin Skywalker in order to take his power for himself. Now, Essence Transfer is a Sith ability where you actually transfer one consciousness to the next person's body. And once Palpatine was in Anakin Skywalker's body, he would have to beat and defeat Anakin Skywalker's consciousness itself in order to actually fully take over Anakin's body. Palpatine wanted Anakin Skywalker's body because he would be able to take the powers of the Chosen One, essentially. And that would actually make Palpatine the most powerful Sith to ever walk in the galaxy. And that was only if his plan actually succeeded, which we all know it didn't in the long run. This is why Palpatine actually made Anakin Skywalker his apprentice, because he knew that if he actually had him on his side, then it would be way easier to take over Anakin Skywalker's body in the long run. Especially after he had controlled and manipulated Anakin to the point where he thought that he had nothing else to live for but for the Empire and to actually serve him. Anakin had went through so much pain, so much turmoil, losing Padme, losing the Jedi, potentially losing his children, that for a while it seemed very likely. It seemed like Anakin Skywalker would do whatever Palpatine needed, whatever Palpatine wanted, even if that meant giving up his own body to Palpatine. But it was all thwarted by the time that Anakin lost on Mustafar to Obi-Wan Kenobi. And this is why Palpatine was so upset with Anakin Skywalker or Darth Vader when he lost to Obi-Wan on Mustafar, because he'd lost so much connection to the Force by losing all of his limbs. And he could never actually become the full Chosen One anymore within that body. Which is where Palpatine actually pivoted once he found out about Luke Skywalker and wanted to take over his body. Because when it all said and done, Luke Skywalker became everything that Anakin Skywalker was supposed to be. In which this is actually technically retcon nowadays. Originally in Legends, when it was Legends continuity, Luke actually did become everything that Anakin Skywalker was supposed to be, but with the new Disney canon, they went ahead and took that away from Luke Skywalker and went ahead and passed that down to Rey, which is a topic for another video on a different day. That's super disappointing. But anyway, that's all I got for this video. Let me know your guys' thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. May the Force be with you, and as always, have a great rest of your day.